Hello and welcome to another edition of the Workhouse in 20 objects. And today's object is tucked away inside this little metal container. But before I show you what's inside, I'm going to tell you a little bit about the background to this object. Now the workhouse, by its very name, is a place where people were expected to work. For the women, that tended to be the domestic chores, cooking and cleaning and laundry work and scrubbing floors and so on. For the men though, if you were able-bodied, you were expected to do quite hard physical work. And one of the most popular jobs to give to male inmates was stone breaking. That was taking large lumps of stone and bashing them up with a hammer until the pieces were small enough, usually to go through a metal grid that had small holes in, and the attraction of stone breaking for the authorities was that you could measure how much someone had done, you could weigh it, and the product could be sold for things like road making, for railway line ballast, and it didn't compete with other local occupations, so lots of attractions to it. Although we have pictures of stone breaking yards and cells, we don't really have many pictures of people at work actually breaking stone. One that we do have goes back really to the 1860s. Now this picture isn't actually a workhouse stone breaking yard. It was one set up during a period of economic depression in London. So there's lots of men here at work, busily breaking stones in return for a daily handout. But if we zoom in to the bottom left-hand corner and look very closely at some of the men there, if you look around their eyes, they're wearing some kind of metal shields, eye shields, to protect them against sort of flying bits of stone that would actually cause serious damage if they went into the eye. So surprisingly, health and safety, you might call it, was rearing its head back in the 1860s. It wasn't the modern invention that we tend to think of it as. So how does that fit into our little box that we have here? Well, I've actually got here some eye shields used to protect the eyes in stone breaking. There are a couple of very fine wire grids formed into eyepieces and tied together with a bit of very sort of narrow ribbon. And if I pop these on, you can see you do get a rather strange looking effect. But they were very effective. Although the mesh is made of metal, I don't know if I hold it up to the camera, you can see actually you get quite a clear view through the mesh. So it doesn't actually block your vision at all. So stone breaking goggles, we don't really know how widely distributed these were to people actually doing stone breaking, whether they were fairly widely used or it was kind of few and far between. But if you were stone breaking, then these little objects were really what save you from potentially going blind if a bit of flying stone went straight into your eye. Well, that's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and tune in again for another episode of the Workhouse in 20 Objects. Until then, bye-bye.